everybody, welcome back to another video with Like Your Soul. If you're new to my channel, I'm a psychic medium, a spiritual life coach, and just a spiritual bitch putting everybody on. What I intend to do is to teach people that God and Jesus and the universe coexist as one. Now today in this video, guys, this video is going to be for those who generally feel alone while on your law of assumption journey. I need you guys to understand that, for one, if you are a conscious manifester or you are somebody who knows about the law of assumption, you're manifesting whatever you want with the knowledge that you know about conscious manifesting. I need you all to understand that even if you might physically feel alone, even if you feel like no one in your family or even your friends understand what you're talking about when it comes to being as limitless as the law shows you to be, that you all are not alone. Like, for real, this is extremely important to remember because I have seen so many people over the course of years. This isn't even something that's recent or even a requested video. This is just something that I need to come through to let y'all know about, because for years I have been seeing people feeling very alone while on their conscious manifesting story. People around them don't understand that no one really gets how this works, and especially considering how limitless we are, as y'all know, a lot of people in this world might not believe that. You know, they don't really hear about the law of assumption, how limitless you actually are, and take that seriously or even into consideration because they feel like it's so far-fetched, you know? And honestly speaking, that is completely understandable for those people. Like, I get why people are so confused about that kind of stuff, especially initially hearing that. But for those who do know how limitless you really are, and for those who are going through the law of assumption journey, even if you're going through it alone, I want you all to understand how important it is to find some sort of support for yourself, even if it only is just yourself. I intend that you all know that you can definitely find people who will understand exactly what you're talking about, that having a manifestation buddy is one of the best things that you can do if you really do feel like you need that constant support, or even just looking online to see that there are other people like you. You know, in general, just having support by your side is one of the biggest things that have helped me out that I didn't even know that I needed, because all in all, a lot of my law of assumption journey was very alone, and obviously that's just something that comes with, again, knowing such limitless knowledge. But then there are other times where you really feel like you need a hand, like you need someone to knock you out of a spiral, you need someone to come through for you to let you know that, yeah, you can manifest this, don't worry about it, you know, things like that. So even if you can't find yourself that kind of support system or group or friend or whatever else, I want y'all to know that this video alone will be your support. So if you ever do need that push, if you ever do need that reminder, you can always come back here so that I can let you know what the tea is. Like, obviously you got this in the bag, I'll always be there for you. But besides that, I just really want to get the point across to y'all that finding that kind of support is always recommended, just because I feel like it's important that we all feel supported within ourselves and with those that are surrounding us, even if they're just online people that we know. Something does count for something, okay? So with that being said, guys, I'm about to get started with the video right now, but before that, peep the background music. As y'all already know, if you are a conscious manifester, if you are somebody who's consciously manifesting every single thing that you want within your reality, feel free to listen to this Binaural Beat album that I am playing in the background for you guys, because as I've stated before, it has helped me out within relaxation, within meditation, within getting my stuff together so that I can really focus on what it is that I am manifesting for myself. And so if you are interested in that, the link to that will be down below so that y'all can go check it out. But do trust that you have someone by your side, you're supporting yourself, and upon you supporting yourself, you can always listen to that Binaural Beat playlist that's based on the law of assumption so that you can help yourself out to the most of your ability. As always, period, we care about ourselves the most, as we definitely should. But besides that, guys, now we can get started with the video right now so that we can get to talking about how important it is to have some sort of support group or system or whatever by your side, even if it is yourself, whatever else. I am going to show you guys or tell you guys how to really make this work in your favor so that you can genuinely feel like you do have exactly what you need, that you don't feel alone, that you don't feel like you can't get what you want or whatever else. Like, you have to be your own best friend, yes, but having someone to push you as well is always a great vibe to have by your side. But besides that, guys, now that we're in the video, let's get to talking about it. Okay, so the first thing that I am going to say is that one of the most important things that I've noticed over the last few years of being on my law of assumption journey, like being a conscious manifester, is that yes, I was able to manifest whatever I wanted by myself. You know, like, the most important thing is understanding that you don't need anybody, you don't need anyone to come through for you, you don't need to be told certain things in order for you to get what you want. Like, it's never a group project, basically. This is an effort that you make happen for yourself, like by yourself, because that's what I've been doing for many years. Like I said, I was always able to just consciously manifest just by knowing that I have what I wanted, and then I would manifest it, and it was always great that way. But one thing I did notice over the course of time that I never really did notice before was that whenever I had actually someone by my side telling me, like, wait, someone who actually understood me, let me rephrase that. because you can have anybody by your side. Like, I remember I had a few people that kind of understood where I was coming from that were trying to help me, but I'm talking about like when you have someone who genuinely understands what the law of assumption is, what conscious manifesting is, how limitless we really are, somebody who will tell you that you do have what you want, or even pretend like you do have what you want right now, which you already do, so it's not pretending. But all that stuff, right then and there, I had to realize for myself that yeah, having support is great, okay? But having someone who actually understands what I'm talking about is something that's even greater. Now, I want you guys to understand that even if you don't have, let's say, a sibling by your side, like for me, generally, it's more sibling based. My siblings get what I'm talking about. We hype each other up, like we're on our shit. And this only started really kind of recent, but upon that happening where I figured out that this kind of support was something that was even greater than I initially thought it would be, it was something that was helping me push myself even further and farther, because I realized that I wasn't the only person. I wasn't the only one being limitless. I wasn't the only one thinking from this perspective of understanding that I can really have this all. I understood that there were people around me as well who could very well think the way that I think, and then we could manifest magic together, because guys, like, this is not something that is impossible. The law of assumption is not a crazy thing. It's not something that comes out the woodworks to bless your life out of nowhere. Like, bitch, you gotta take advantage of the power that you have within and apply it, and that's exactly how you get what you want. But upon me saying all this, I kind of had to show my siblings the way around this so that they can truly understand it for themselves, upon them realizing that everything that I was saying was correct. Like, you really are limitless. You can really do whatever you want. You can really be whoever you want. You can manifest whatever you want out of thin air, do this, do that, whatever the case is. But the whole thing is that I manifested my own support through me stating these kinds of things to people that I knew could get it. So that's one thing, guys. If you don't have anybody around you that you feel like initially gets it, like that just came into your life and is like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about, you can always make people around you understand what you're talking about. It's almost like when you get your parents to open up their eyes. I've heard a lot of stories in which people have told their mothers about the law of assumption, and then they're on the same shit. They believe in it, they understand it, they use it to their advantage, they manifest as well. Like, this is something that you can literally put people onto that will understand you, and then that will support you all the most in the end, because they understand where you're coming from. And that feeling that you have while you're being supported upon your journey, where you say to yourself, yes, I do have what I want, I do have what I want, and then maybe the next day you feel a little discouraged, and then your best friend comes in and says, no, you do have what you want, you do have it, you do have it, and then you're like, yup, I do have it. That's completely correct, because that is correct. Sometimes you need that little reminder to let you know what the tea is. But do understand that you're never gonna be alone. Like, it's not an intentional thing where you have to be alone. No one around me understands it, I don't know what to do, blah, blah, blah. If you feel like you don't have anyone by your side, the last thing that I would ever want y'all to do is to sit here and say,
but there's no one around me who gets it. There's no one around me who wants to support me. I'm all alone on this journey. It's so hard.
Stop it right there, because peep what you're doing. You might not think of it as a victim complex kind of thing, but it low-key is a victim complex kind of thing, because you right there are succumbing to you just being alone. Like, I'm alone, no one gets me, no one understands it, that's just the way it is, and that's how it's always gonna be. Like, absolutely not. If you feel that alone, you have to get up and to make people, like literally make, by manifesting them, people around you to understand what it is that you're talking about. You have to set the intention that people do understand what I'm talking about. People do want to support me. People do understand what the law of assumption is. People understand what conscious manifesting is. People want to get what they want. People believe that we're limitless. If you start setting the intention on having people around you who will understand you and will understand where you're coming from or whatever else, trust me when I say that people will understand it. It's not something, again, where you have to beg the universe for people who will get it. Oh my goodness, when is it gonna happen? I feel so fucking alone. You're not alone. And the last thing that you should be doing as somebody who's manifesting all those perfect people is even claiming the fact that you are alone, because upon you claiming that, you will find yourself literally feeling more and more and more and more alone. And I can tell you guys that as somebody who used to feel the same way. Although generally speaking, I will be completely honest with y'all, like, I never really cared that much about being alone because I work very good by myself, like I always have. I'm a Capricorn, so like being alone is very on brand for us. But for other people, which I have seen a lot of, which I also said at the beginning of the video, is that many people do feel really alone. And I really don't like that, because I don't want anyone to ever feel like they can't get or do or be what they want. Like, this world is meant to work in your favor, no matter what you thought it was, no matter what you thought was happening, whatever else. But if you feel that alone, you gotta get up and to make people fuck with you, fuck with what it is that you're saying, to fuck fuck with the vision, period. Because especially if you're someone who's starting out with the law of assumption, you might need that kind of support to get you pushing, to get you moving, to keep you focused, because a lot of times people don't really understand what it is to be persistent on their law of assumption journey. You know, you are manifesting whatever it is that you want, but you don't know how to stay actually persistent on the fact that you do have what you want, to keep up with it, to stay on track with that, where in that case you end up going like this, where you end up wavering, you're going up and down, up and down, up and down. And I'm not trying to say either that those people are going to be the answer to your problems, because they're not going to be. Like, you should never rely on another person enough to the point of feeling like you're developing some sort of codependent relationship with them. That's definitely not the point. More of what I'm trying to say here is that it's always important to find people around you who will understand what you're talking about, so that if you ever do feel a wavering moment, if you ever do feel like you're reacting to the 3D, if you ever do feel like you need a question to be answered in your favor, that you can find someone who will understand you. And even if that person is not in your household, or someone that you know, or someone personal that you can just go to their house or whatever, understand that there are so many people online that are willing to help you out with your problem. There are a whole bunch of videos on YouTube that help show you exactly how to stay focused, how to get what you want, the fact that you are limitless, the fact that you can do this all. There are so many things out here that are letting you know that you are really on track, and that there's nothing here that could ever keep you in a place of thinking that you're not going to get what you want, because that's never going to be the case until you say that that is the case. Understand that no one is ever going to leave you alone either until you claim that for yourself. So if you are one of those people that constantly complain about being alone and no one cares and no one gets it and whatever else, understand that that is the exact energy that you literally are trying to steer away from, because you don't want that. You want to be surrounded by people who do understand what you're talking about, how limitless you really are, how there are circumstances that can be changed in your favor the same second that you say that they are changed, but it's all a matter of how much you actually want that to be manifested in your favor. Because upon me even saying that, I have also seen a lot of people complain about these kinds of things like I'm saying, and then they'll just stay with that. Like, they're like, oh, no one gets me, and then boom, that's it. Like, no one gets you, and boom. Like, literally no one fucking gets you because you're staying there. But you don't want people to not get you. You want people to understand you. You want people to really get how this whole law of assumption thing works, so that you can really just be as limitless as you know that you really are. So even if you do feel like there's one single person in your life that even slightly feels like they have the potential to get into the same mindset that you have, where they're able to be as limitless as you are and all this other stuff, and maybe you doubt it for a little moment at start, that's completely understandable. But I'm gonna tell you right now, if you feel that tinge of like, okay, that person can definitely be put on if I explain it well enough, if I'm consistent about it, if they really just want to understand me, they will. If you go up to them and you actually put them onto game, like, they're gonna be on, and it's gonna be the best feeling, because they're not gonna go back. Once you wake up to how limitless you are and how you're completely capable of having everything that you want, you never go back to anything else, because there's nothing strong enough or more powerful enough to keep you in one single place. And that's absolutely correct. Now, alongside me saying all this stuff, I do want you guys to understand that the most important support that you will have in your entire life is yourself. This is extremely important, guys, because I'm gonna say as well, when it comes to looking for external support from other people, sometimes from an egotistical or limiting victimization perspective, some people want to put all their shit onto someone else's plate. Some people don't want to sit back and actually just be on top of their shit, correct what they're saying to themselves, remind themselves that they are limitless. Like, some people just don't want to do that because they want someone else to correct them for them. And I do understand what it is to want external support, but there is a difference between you seeking external support because you really feel like you're trying your best but like you need an extra push, and you being someone who's totally shitting on yourself and being like, well, whatever, they're gonna solve my issues. If I tell them, they'll hype me up and whatever, it'll be fine. Absolutely not, guys. Like, there's two different ways about this. You do not want to abuse your power either. You just don't want to be the person who's seeking whatever because, oh yeah, my feelings are so hurt and you're the one who's gonna help me though. You make me feel better than I make myself feel. Absolutely not. That is codependency. You gotta look back onto yourself and remind yourself first, like, I am that bitch, I can do this, I'm on top of my shit, no matter what it is, I do have it. And if you still feel like, I can't feel it all the way through though, let me tell my bestie. She'll help me get right back on track. And you do that and then they help you, that is perfect, that is completely fine. But that is you working in favor of yourself and not you victimizing yourself and then looking for an external solution. Remember, you are still the only solution to your problems. People and things around you, support helps you, but they are not the answer to your problem. So really, really, it's all about you maintaining your strong-willed power, your confidence, your self-concept, all of these things. And if you do need that extra push, to be sure that you are manifesting people around you who do and will understand exactly what it is that you're talking about, where you're able to go on the internet and find the exact article that you need on Tumblr, Twitter, Reddit, I don't fucking know, or even reading a book, whatever it is, but you will find that support somewhere. And if you are looking for it, I promise you, you're not alone, okay? Please stop telling yourself that you're alone and that you have nobody, that no one gets it, whatever else. I do understand that. No one getting it, that is completely understandable. That is something that is temporary though. It's not something that's going to last, where absolutely no one ever gets it. You will find someone who does, because you literally gave birth to them the same second that you said that somebody does understand you about this and they are supporting you. That's it. So as you guys can see within this video, I just wanted to get it across to you guys about how important it is to have some sort of support by your side. If you feel like you really are alone, or if you feel like you just need some people to just let you know that this stuff is real, that it is possible to be as big as you want to be, or to be as healthy as you want to be, or as rich, or whatever else. You know, it's always a great feeling to have a bestie who wants to be a millionaire with you, or even another bestie who wants to manifest the perfect man with you, like Bratz, bro. That little cartoon right there, because honestly, if y'all watch it, completely understand it's cartoons, but if you did watch it, or you watch any other kind of girl cartoons, they all support each other. Like, they all support each other all the damn way. They're always there for each other, they always uplift each other, they're always going to the next level together, they're doing what they have to do together because they have that support right there, because they know that they got that shit, you feel me? So yes, if you are somebody who needs that support, please do understand that you are never alone. Promise you, you're not. That you do have people by your side who will understand you, even if you don't fully recognize that yet. Trust me when I say that even if your mom said one limitless statement 5 years ago and that was the last limitless statement she said, that she still has that limitless energy somewhere in her, you just gotta take it out of her. You gotta let her see it for what it is, because it's already there. She just needs to know it for herself now, so that's where you come in. Start putting her onto game, let her know what's up. Let her change her life, and then you both will change your lives together. Boom, just like that. But then anyway guys, that's basically it for my video today, so thank y'all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I intend that this video helped you out to the most of its ability, and I know that it did, because guys, listen to me. When it comes to you looking for that support, when it comes to you looking for that group that you feel like it's gonna change your life, or whatever else the case may be, honestly, I want you all to understand that this world is completely limitless within finding you the friend or the group or whatever that you need, because you really do deserve to be surrounded by people who understand exactly what you're talking about. And there definitely are. That is the most important thing, just keeping your mind open within the fact that there are definitely people that will and do. You never know if your bestie is just gonna move in from Japan. You never know if your bestie is gonna be found at the next school that you'll get accepted into because you manifested it. You'll never know if someone next to you, like your sibling, is someone who will understand everything that you're saying, but that you never actually had a proper conversation with them. The whole point here is that you're simply looking for something that you know that you can have, because having that kind of support is something that is so helpful. It's so kind, it's so caring to you. It makes you feel so good as a person, because you know that there are people who really do get you. That if you ever do have a moment, that they'll be there to lift you up, they'll be there to tell you what the tea is. That you'll never ever be somebody who has to sit and suffer in silence because no one gets me. If you're looking for people who will get you, you will find people who will get you. Just like me, for example, like I told y'all, I was pretty much very alone my entire life. Like honestly guys, whenever I needed support, I never went to anybody. I was my own support at all times. Yes, I do have a best friend. Yes, I did have people who I really cared about and who really cared about me. But I was never the kind of person who would just go up to someone and be like, I'm feeling like this, I'm feeling like that. Like I'm a Capricorn Mercury as well. I'm never gonna do that, which is okay though. I never suffered with it. I was used to that. But as time went on, as I began to get put onto this law of assumption journey, I remember that there were times where I just felt like, okay, like I don't really know, you know, like I know what I'm doing, but like I need an extra push, because I wanted to be known to myself that I can do this, that I'm gonna keep on going strong, that there's nothing stopping me basically. And now I have my perfect partner, the one that I manifested for myself, who completely 110% understands the law of assumption forward and backward, who understands what it is to be limitless, to have everything that they want. Like they get it completely. I can sit there and have a full-on conversation with this person because I know that they get it. You understand? And even now, whenever I have an issue, I always attempt to resolve it in my favor first, and then after I'll be like, oh yeah, like I was feeling this and I was feeling that, but I got through it. So what do you think though? Do you feel like that was the right approach? Do you feel like that was something that I should have done? Like things like that. That right there is still support that you're getting, and that is still something that is very important, because I honestly feel like if someone like me needs some sort of support like that, then I can't imagine how many other people do feel like they actually need that kind of stuff. So that is exactly why I'm telling you that as someone who was as alone as me, ended up finding someone who was a consistent and constant support to myself each and every single day, that there is no reason as to why you would not be able to manifest that for yourself. But please stop feeling so desperate about it. This is not something for you to be sitting around and feeling sad for. Oh my god, begging, like I was saying earlier. This is something that you have to be entitled, empowered, with confidence in. Like, you just have to be like, yes, I deserve that shit and I got that shit, because why wouldn't they love me? Why wouldn't they understand me? Why wouldn't I have the person by my side who will understand everything that I'm talking about? Because of course you would. But it's all because you have manifested that for yourself, and because you're not choosing to be a victim, because you're not a fucking victim. So please keep that in your heart and your soul. Please understand what I'm saying here, and please do remember that you can have the proper support by your side, and that I know that no matter what it is and what it is that you're manifesting and how crazy it seems to you or whatever else, that you will always have someone, at least one person by your side who will understand what you're talking about. And even during those times that I didn't really even talk to people, my support was God. My support was the universe, the angels, myself, the God within me, everything. Like, all that stuff was interconnected and always supported me, and that was more than enough to get me through. So that right there shows you that you can do the same and have the same for yourself, and I believe in you. I know that y'all can do this. But please do remember that you are really that bitch, and you really can have what you want, and these people do love you, they do support you, and it will always be okay, because it absolutely will be. But alright, my loves, thank y'all so much again for watching my video. I will see y'all this Thursday for another video. May God bless you all always, and thank y'all so much always. You guys are the infinite best, literally absolutely perfect in every way, shape, and form. And always remember that that support group that you are so badly craving is already done, manifested in your favor. If you have somebody by your side who does understand everything that you're talking about, which of course you do because you manifested that, keep them close to you, keep them with you, understand that they do get you. Understand that they will forever get you. Understand that there's no reason to be sitting here feeling bad for yourself, feeling like I can't do this, no one understands me, no one sees my point of view, whatever. Like, that is all victim talk. Don't want to hear it. I understand though. I completely understand. But you have to understand even more that you getting up and actually manifesting the people who will love and care about you is worth a million times more than you sitting here and you falling victim to feeling like no one will ever support me. Of course they will, but you have to let that happen in your favor. So as long as you know that you have your eye on the prize in regards to having some sort of friend by your side, or a person, or a lover, or a family member, or whatever, that will come through to let you know that yes, babe, like, you got this, you're on track, everything's working out. Even if it is yourself, even if you have to write down your own notes, your little sticky notes, and put them up on your mirror, you got this, bitch, you got this, you're in the bag, whatever. Like, do that for yourself. Whatever will keep you supported though, that is what I want for you. Because having that kind of support is something that is so important, even if it's not genuinely or completely understood off rip what it is to have that kind of support. I'm gonna tell you guys, even if it comes to something with the law of assumption where a lot of people don't understand it, like, trust me, there will be people who do and will want to, because upon them being put onto something like this, they will see how blessed knowing something as limitless as this is. And then what does that do? That creates a foundation right there. So there's you and another person who completely understand what it is to be completely limitless, and then y'all will manifest together. So it's kind of like having a manifestation buddy, but not really. It doesn't have to be that they're manifesting with you, but more that you can turn to them whenever you need a shoulder to cry on or something to release the pain with really quickly for a second. Never anything that you're supposed to be falling victim to, but it's always something that's great to keep you steady, to keep you flowing, to keep your mind clean, okay? So all in all, guys, I want you all to remember how important it is to have some sort of support by your side, and that you can manifest the perfect people, the perfect group, whatever it is, by your side, because you said that you can, and that's it. If you know who you are and you know that you have this power in the bag, which you absolutely do, it's already secured, get up and get more. Get up and make this shit happen. Get up and manifest the absolute world, because you know that you can, because it's already done. The fuck? And that is where that connection comes in. But trust me when I say that they are already there, manifested in your favor. So keep that support mega close to you. Y'all got that. I believe in y'all. And you always had it, because I'm here. Shit. At least I am one single person that you definitely do have for sure. So remember that. This video is always available to you. Y'all got this. Bye. Alright, my angels, I want you all to remember exactly what it is to be by your side, to be supporting yourself, to be the person who's encouraging yourself. And then if you ever do need somebody else to help you encourage yourself, that you remember that you have that person right by your side. This is not a place for victimization. We're not going to sit here and enable that you continue feeling like you are completely alone, because the last thing that I would ever want you to feel like is that you are completely alone. I want you all to remember how powerful you are, how capable you are, how willing you are to make someone who didn't understand the law of assumption into someone who does understand the law of assumption, because why wouldn't they understand it? This is your life. This is your reality. This is not a place for you to be sitting around and just going through life alone, nor are you somebody who's meant to be going through life alone. So if you know that you do want somebody by your side and you do see them in in your mind, you do know that there's someone out there who will understand you. You better be the person who is manifesting that for yourself, so that you do not feel like you're such a victim in a reality where you're literally not one. And I will be the last person, you see, like support system right here, I will be the last person who will let you feel like you are a victim. I'm not gonna sit here and kiss your ass either, but I am gonna tell you to get the fuck up and to get what it is that you want, because you deserve that thing. Whatever it is that you want, you are 110% capable of manifesting it. Whatever it is that's on your mind, I promise you, it's already yours. And everything that you desire, it's already within your reality. It is already done in your favor. You got all that shit. So that right there, let that be the motivation to keep you going in your favor, so that you can have it all without you giving up on yourself, without you feeling bad for yourself, without you sitting back and being like, I can't. Yes, the fuck you can. I don't want to hear anything else. If you know that you're capable, then you know that you are. You always knew that you were though, but you have to keep that going in your favor, because it's easy for you to feel bad, right? No, absolutely not. It is not easy. It's not easier than you manifesting someone who will help you out of that hellhole. Like, you got to make that shit happen for yourself though. So get up and make it happen, but trust that that support is right there. And I promise you, you do have it. And yes, it's important to have, which is exactly why you do have it. But alright, angels, get that shit. It is already done in your favor. You already knew that though. So be strong-minded enough to know that it really is already done for you, because it absolutely is. The last thing I will let you be is a sucker without any people by your side to help you. So you better be on my side as well, getting yourself exactly what you want and need, the fuck period. It is that serious, guys. Keep that support strong. You do have it right with you, and you will always have that support in your life, because we said so, and that's it. Bye, my angels. Love y'all so much.